Hey guys, it's Kristina. I'm so glad you could join me this Monday. I have got some really exciting news. Well, at least it's exciting for me, and I can't wait to share it with you. But before I do, I want to go over what the numbers were in total for the month of January. Just to recap a tiny bit, remember I started this reselling business on January 1st with inventory that cost $0. So these were items I had found around my house or that my daughters had donated, and I began listing them on several different platforms in order to resell them. So the entire month was this incredible learning experience, not only about learning how to list things properly, but the best ways to take pictures of everything, finding a way to let you all know about what I'm doing with enough light to be able to do it, because as you know, I've had a terrible time with the videos, and those of you who have stayed with me, I appreciate it. Now, if you like reselling content, or if you're interested in starting your own business from scratch, entrepreneurship, or maybe you're just a person of a certain age and you're kind of looking to restart something for yourself, then this is a place that you need to be. Take a minute and just subscribe to this channel, hit that bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, and give me a thumbs up if you take away some information that you can use. And hey, if you didn't like me, give me a thumbs down because that helps me grow as well. Okay, so before I get into my most exciting news, let's talk about how my numbers ended up for the month of January. I sold a total of 16 items. Now, if you watched my video last week, you knew I sold about 10 items up to that point. So this past week, I had 6 sales. However, altogether, I was really happy because all of the YouTube videos of resellers that I had watched had said it may take me some time in order to build up to where I would have 1 sale a day. So to have 1 sale every other day for this first month, I'm really pumped about it. I see nothing but up from here. So how did I end up doing? Well, those 16 items gave me a total net sales of $360.69. Now, of course, that was not all money that I made because there were shipping costs out of it. There were some items that when I sold the first items, I rolled over and purchased new items. So I believe there were 3 items that I actually invested money in and that sold for a profit. The total profit on those 16 items was $243.05. Now, taking all of that into account, that means each piece sold for an average of $22.54. Now, this was great because I really had hoped to maybe sell everything for an average price of $15 the month of January. So I'm a little bit over where I expected to be, and I'm very happy about that. The total profit on each piece ended up averaging out to be $15.19. I want to continue to increase that, and hopefully as I'm able to go out and source my own inventory and not just things I already had, I can begin to see that kind of go up a little bit. So that's what we're hoping for. You know, right now, it's a lot of hours and a lot of time as I learn the ins and outs of everything. And every day is such a new experience that I really do learn something else. Okay, so what's the wonderful news that happened? Well, my husband came to me right before the weekend and said, listen, I'm watching you really struggle to move things around, to put your mannequin up, to take photographs of these items, to store these items, and then having to move everything back into place before our evening begins. And he was worried that it was just a little bit too much trouble for me, and he had an idea. He had some extra space at his office. He and his family have a commercial contracting company, and they happen to have not only an extra office space, but an extra room that he thought would be perfect for me to set up in order to process all of my goods, to photograph them, and for right now to store them. Although there is a building, and I want to say it's around 24 by 24, that's completely empty, that as I outgrow the space that I have now, and I don't think that's gonna take very long, I'll be able to move operations of the storage of the inventory into that building. It'll be kind of like my own little mini warehouse. I'm really excited about that. So let me take you on a little tour of how I have everything set up. And now you'll have to remember, we did this over the weekend. I haven't had any time to go back and really, make anything pretty or nice. We still have some office things that need to be moved. But I'll tell you what, when I came over this morning and I began working, it was so nice not to have to start setting everything up. It was already ready to go. When I got done taking photographs this afternoon, I was able to leave things where they were and walk away. And this is just going to make things so much easier, so much more convenient. And honestly, I feel like a real professional now. Like I have to get up and go to the office and do my work and then go home. And while I miss my dogs, I think it's good to maybe have a separation between my home life and my work life. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. So let me take you in my room and show you what's going on. So first off, here's my office space. And of course, it is very, 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 very plain right now. So we'll have to do something about getting that kind of a little bit more nice to look at. But hey, I'm just happy to have a desk, a place where I can do my computer work. And then also I have an area here where I can actually do my shipping. Printer there to be able to print out any of the labels that I need for mailing things off. And if my husband happens to have some office things that he needs to do, then he's right beside me, and that works out really great. So there's some hard goods and some clothes here. And this, again, is just a temporary situation. I have about 535 pieces of children's clothing that I got over the weekend. I have not brought those in yet to do processing. So these are just things I have already processed, those items that I already posted throughout the month of January that haven't sold or that I just bought last week, such as some of these hard goods. And then back there, we just have a door there to go to the bathroom. So as you can see, it is nothing special, but it makes it so much easier to have everything ready to go when I come in, and I don't have to worry about setting things up and taking things down. And when I'm done at the end of the day, the door gets closed and we're finished. Now, while I thought I would really love the opportunity to work at home, and I did, the kind of business that this is means there's so much stuff that it could just quickly overwhelm your home. So, if you are thinking about reselling, that's one of the things that you need to consider. Clothes take up far less space than hard goods, but I did want to expand into some hard goods, so I definitely am going to need more space. And with that, you've got to have the extra room. So when you're considering if this is a business for you, that is something for you to make a consideration about. Do you have the room to grow? Now, if you just want to do this part-time and you're keeping things small, a spare bedroom or closet is probably more than enough. But if you really are going to take it to the next level and do it full-time, where you have thousands of items that you are offering for sale, you have got to find some place to keep them all stored. So I know it's nothing fancy, and I know that there are a lot of places I could be that would be far more glamorous. But for right now, this works for me, and I'm so grateful that my husband thought of this and then put everything into motion to make it happen, because he moved everything from the house down here and stayed with me so I could get things set up, help me think of the best way to do things, the best way to use some of the light that we have in the office. And so, it really helps if you have somebody on your side when you are trying to start these businesses. Friends, everything is looking up. I'm excited. I'm very excited. As I said, my goal for February is to list at least 7 items a day. I would really like to see double in the amount of items that are sold, as well as the profit that I make on them. And I'd like to start inching up those average profit per item closer to that $20 mark. So we'll see how I do. And I can't wait to continue sharing my journey with you. I get more and more excited every day. It has been a long time since I had something that made me sort of excited. And it's been a long time since I had something that I really started to believe in myself again with. And this feels good. For the first time in a really long time, I'm just excited to see where my future goes. And I can't tell you how much it means to me to have you along for my journey. Well, I'll see you again next Monday with more reselling content, but join me here tomorrow and see, what do those scales say? How did I do this week?